Now, how many pieces do you have in the show here today?
I'm not sure. I think 6.
That's a true artist, as I said before. Don't even worry about it. The curators decide what's going to be in the show. Well, now we're here with Zoe.
Hello.
Zoe, you've had your art in shows like this before.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel to be able to have your show shown in a real gallery like this?
I really like it because it's fun because everyone from the school comes and you can see your classmates' artwork. And it's just pretty up here. Yeah.
It is a beautiful space. Now we're here with Hannah, Julia, and Clara. They're experienced at this art thing. They've been doing this for years now. They're like regular working artists now. What do you think about how the Miller South has partnered here with this gallery in Akron? How does it make you feel to show here?
I think it's a really good thing, and that Mocha Maiden cares about our art too.
Yeah, it's nice that we can have it like in a public place, so more people can see it instead of just having it like in a school or in our school.
Like at the gymnasium or something.
Yeah, and I also think it's really cool that like even the 4th grade art gets shown here. So if you like start young, your work is like shown over and over again.
Sure, if you start young, it kind of gives you something to shoot for
Yeah.
next year once people have seen the work that you had in this show. And now we're joined by 2 of the visual art teachers at the Miller South School, Julie Hogarth and Susan Yingling. So what do you think about this year's exhibit?
We've had a lot of positive feedback today from parents and grandparents and former administrators and current administrators. Everyone seems to enjoy the work that's up, the quality of the work, the quantity of the work.
What do people think about your art today?
Well, some people liked the jungle more than that one.
Okay.
I kind of like the jungle more too.
That jungle one's pretty neat. I like how you did it. Now, what style would you say you did that in?
Well, there was this guy that we learned about, and he's never been to a jungle, but he drew jungles. He lived in Paris,
Okay.
and like he would go to these gardens, and he would make like little like small plants, and then he would draw them big so it looked like a jungle. And that's how we made that.
It's really exciting to be a part of this here and have it in an actual gallery. What do your friends think about your art?
They like it. Yeah, I like their artwork too.
What kind of reaction are you getting to the art that you're showing today?
It's really nice. I think there's some good stuff here, and my parents liked it too. So.
I did something different this year. I actually let the students choose what they wanted to have in the show.
Okay.
And I've always chosen before. With a couple exceptions, I did add a couple pieces here and there that I just felt were extra special. But the children, for the most part, made the selection out of their portfolios.
Part of what we teach them is to talk about their art and be able to evaluate and assess their art on a constant basis. We do group critiques from 4th grade all the way up to 8th grade. And so that's just a continuation of what we're teaching them, to be able to justify what they're doing and talk about what our expectations were of each assignment, and then it's cool to see them evaluate their own work as a portfolio situation. So that's such an extension of what we teach them on a daily basis.
It's fun to kind of have it here and have all these people kind of checking out your art.
Yeah, because like I've never had my art anywhere except for at home.
Sure. On the refrigerator?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to be in a real gallery.
Yeah.
Did you find that was something for you, that it played into that, having your show at a young age, it kind of inspired you to try harder and do more?
Yeah, I remember looking at like the 8th grade work when I was in 4th grade and being kind of intimidated, and then but like I worked up to being in 8th grade now, so.
So you're the big dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I came in 6th grade, so basically the same thing as her. I'd look at the 8th grade art and say, well, that's really good.
It's motivating to me personally. The kids' work keeps you on your toes so much.
Okay.
You have to really be on the ball with what you're teaching them and your instruction, because they sponge up every bit of instruction you give them. So we constantly are pushing them and pulling more out of them. And it's really it's an amazing place to be every day. It's very inspiring as an artist and as a teacher to be teaching these kids.
Yeah, I mean, some of the 8th grade art that we've seen here was kind of shocking. I mean, I work in galleries, and you kind of go, I can't believe that this is quote-unquote kid artwork. I mean, it's very mature art. But that's part of what I think we see at the Miller South, because now, do you guys all live in the district, or did you try out to be in that school?
I live in Greene, so I tried out to be in Miller South. So.
Everyone has to try out to get in Miller South. Like, it doesn't matter if you live in a district. No. Like even if you live in a district, you still have to try out.
Most of the students have 2 periods of arts every day, whether they're in visual art or drama or dance, vocal music, instrumental music.
Do you take advantage of any of the other art programs that you can take advantage at Miller South, like theater or music?
I do vocal as well as art, so.
I dance outside of school, but I do art in Miller South.
I used to do drama, but then I stopped it so I could do more art.
We can hand pick and hand design each student's education, you know, what their love is and what they're good at, and they work with us and we work with them, and it's really good for the kids.
Hey Dave, you know what we didn't mention?
Lemonade.
Our wonderful surroundings here today. We are actually taping on location at the City Art Gallery in Cuyahoga Falls. So if you want to come out and see one of our tapings, stop by the gallery. You might catch us in action.
This next segment,
oh, here we go,
will blow your mind. I've never heard a guitar player on classical guitar approach the lyricism, the clarity, the feeling for phrasing. I'm going to be very interested to see what you think of John-Marcel Williams.
Be prepared to fall in love.
Hi, and we're here today with John-Marcel Williams. You're an absolutely fantastic guitarist, age 14. Welcome to Arts Quest.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Well, like you go to school?
Yeah.
And you're from what town?
Steubenville, Ohio.
Steubenville, Ohio. And you got a sister that plays guitar?
Yeah, my sister Margaret.
Okay. And how long have you been into this instrument?
About 5 years now.
5 years?
Yeah.
Okay. What do your mom and dad have to say about your music?
I mean, they're really supportive, so they were musicians too, so they understand, and they always encourage me, so.
How does it feel to be really good at something?
I don't know. I mean, it feels good, but it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, I love playing, and that's why I play it.
John-Marcel Williams is a guitarist who came to my attention in a competition that I was judging about 1.5 years ago. And he was one of the prize winners. I'd never heard anything like it coming from a guitarist his age. He played with a degree of maturity and sophistication just not associated with young players. Classical guitarists typically begin in their teens. He began at the age of 9 and has a certain gift that's hard to describe. I think his ears are so good and his hands are so responsive that when he hears it, he can play it. And it was completely obvious to the audience and to the judges who gave him a prize at that time. Since then, he's entered and won a number of other competitions, and I think he's poised to continue doing so. But what interests me most is his ability to perform a regular concert-style performance, not just in a competition. And he did one recently at Oberlin College, and at the conclusion of the concert, the entire audience stood in a uniform standing ovation. It was quite remarkable. It was amazing.
You've won some competitions?
Yeah, I've done some competitions. Like I've won the first place in the ECU competition, second place in the GFA. I'm one of the 10 semifinalists in the upcoming parketing competition in Malibu. California, and some other competitions.
So it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that you're one of the top 5 to 10 players in the country.